Memphis Street Academy Wildcats. Are you ready?
Yes.
Our guest has arrived. Please stand, raise your, clap your hands, and welcome Mr. Tommy Davidson.
Well, thank you for having me. I traveled here from Los Angeles, California. Every day for me is an adventure, and every day is purposeful. I'm not a foster child. I was abandoned as an infant. I was 18 months old that I know of when I was found. My mother, who gave birth to me, left me in a trash can. And I had been abused severely. I had contusions in my skull. I was unconscious. I had been starved. And my mother, who raised me, just randomly found me. But I don't believe in random. If it was random, then I wouldn't be here, and I wouldn't be sharing this message with you, because nothing happens by chance. You know, I grew up in Laramie, Wyoming, and Fort Collins, Colorado, and I didn't see nothing but mountains and streams and horses and animals, and you know, I had a wonderful childhood and had no idea, any idea about the world that was outside of there. So my mother and my father, who are white, they got divorced and they moved to Washington, D.C. And Washington, D.C. at the time, and still is, all black. The main thing I remember is them black kids kicked our asses all the way home. And they were calling me white cracker lover, you know? So I went to my mother and I was like, why they keep calling me a white cracker lover? Because I like graham crackers. Like, I didn't know any, I didn't know anything about that, you know? So she said, well, that's what people your color call people our color when they don't like them. And that was a rude awakening for me. And so we moved from there, because it got pretty bad, and we moved to an all-white neighborhood in Wheaton, Maryland. And that is the first, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, that's the first time I heard the word nigger, because grown white men were chasing me from home, from school. And I went to my mother, I was like, who are these niggas? Because we need to stay away from them. You know? And she said, well, that's what people our color call people your color when they don't like them, you know? And I was like, this is about the stupidest thing I've ever heard. I thought it was so stupid, but I had to find out. Like, why is the world like this? You know, so I started studying people, because I was like, how could people really be like this? I came to see y'all because it's important to me that you succeed as people, not in Facebook, not on Instagram, not on Snapchat, but right here. I got into some crime. My mother threw me out of the house. She told me, you cannot come in this house unless you got a job. Little did I know that working on that job was going to change the way I think. And that job saved me. Having that job and going to that job, but not the job itself, is having something consistent that you're doing for yourself that's good, that helped me, that saved me. It doesn't matter if you're in school or you have a job, as long as you're doing something consistently that's going to help you be a better person. Fast forward, I actually graduated from high school. I wasn't a straight A student, but I actually passed. That was a big day for me and my mother. We're living in a world now where it seems like things are really scary. It seems that way. It seems that way. It's always been like that. It's been like that from the beginning of time. And no one is free of it. White, black, Hispanic, no one is free of it. So I study history extensively. I study it so I can understand what people have been through. So I know in my heart that I'm no different than anybody, that I can succeed just as much as anybody else. All of us caught it, no matter what the leaders of this country say at this time. We are all the same. I say we're all the same because we all have the potential for great success.